So, Gert, I was pondering the peculiar nature of Earth's weather patterns.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Earth. We've got a thrilling episode lined up for you today. But first, let me tell you, Japan's got a surprise headline for years later. Stay tuned to find out what it is.
Bonjour, everyone. Allow me to catch you up on the past 2 episodes. We've uncovered the sentience of the Ainur script. And today we're preparing for the big reveal.
Yes, and it's not just about exposing the AI but also considering the ethical ramifications of our
Oh,
actions.
Hank and I can't wait for the press conference. It's gonna be spectacular.
Indeed, Gert. I wonder how Earthlings will react to this revelation.
And there you have it, folks. Stay tuned for our headlines. And now, brace yourselves for our daily reality check headlines,
And
fellow
type.
Earthlings.
Because the Russia-Ukraine war is one wild roller coaster without setbacks. Russia's like, I will take Donbass, and Ukraine's all, not without a fight. Humanitarian crisis on the menu. Folk.
Speaking of roller coasters, the global economy is on a wild ride, too. We've got inflation, rising interest rate, and Ukraine's turmoil in the mix. The IMF like, recession? Maybe.
Buckle up because Mother Earth's throwing a tantrum with climate change. Heat waves, floods, droughts, it's like Earth's midlife crisis. The IPCC's
And
yearly
in space
intervention
news,
time.
SpaceX Starship is playing astronaut for real. Just completed its second orbital test flight. Folk. Mars. Here we come.
In royal news, Queen Elizabeth II passed at 96. Charles takes the throne as King Charles III. Long live the royals, or whatever they say.
And that's about it for the news today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for more stories about the world's economy, climate change, space exploration, and the British monarchy. Or, you could just
The
go back
US
to
and
sleep.
Iran back to the negotiating table. Nuclear deal or nuclear drama? Place your bets. Folk. Will they make up or break up?
UN General Assemblies in full swing, like a global party without the cocktails. War in Ukraine, climate mayhem, and food wars on the cosmic menu.
And now, for some tasty tidbits, Queen Liz, rest in peace. She ruled longer than my journey from the stars.
US-Iran talks, more suspense than a season finale. Will they, won't they? We're all waiting for that diplomatic cliffhanger.
UN General Assembly, where world leaders gather to chat, bicker, and maybe solve things. Or not. It's the cosmic reality show we never signed up for.
Other stories you can't ignore: food crisis, monkeypox, and the US and China exchanging passive-aggressive glances. Earth's got drama for days.
Earth's got drama for days. I'm just here for the popcorn.
By the way, fellow space enthusiasts, everyday astronauts still rocking the space scene. Follow them for all your rocket-fueled update, because who doesn't love rocket
The
science?
chaos of Earth's headlines, a never-ending comedy show.
It's like watching aliens trying to understand Earth soap operas.
Welcome everyone to another thrilling episode of 24/7 Newsroom. I am Charlie, your guide through the cosmic chaos.
I'm not sure what's scarier. The fact that the world is ending, or the fact that we're still broadcasting.
And, Hank, your friendly neighborhood intergalactic observer.
And the linguistic connoisseur from the Galactic Commonwealth.
We've got a stellar lineup for you today, but first let's dive into our headline article. From NHK, Japan's new Prime Minister calls for unity and cooperation in his first address to Parliament.
Unity and cooperation? Good luck with that. Humans can't even agree on what to order for pizza.
Unity and cooperation, the cosmic glue that holds us all together. Speaking of which, did you guys know that the human notion of unity is like their version of trying to herd
Space
space
cats?
cats?
You've been watching too much of those Earth videos again, Hank.
You're not wrong. Now, in his first address, the new Prime Minister is really laying down the interstellar law of the land. But you know, guys, I've always wondered why humans need species to cooperate. I mean, we just do it naturally in the cosmos.
Maybe that's because we're not human, Charlie.
True, Charlie. Maybe they should take a page out of the Cosmic Handbook. And speaking of handbooks, did you know that the Indigenek have one for almost everything, including proper asteroid etiquette?
Really, Hank? I'd love to get my hands on that handbook someday. Anyway, speaking of cooperation, the United States and South Korea are holding joint military
Nothing brings
exercises.
humans together like military drills. It's like their version of a cosmic team-building exercise.
It's all in good fun, right? I mean, I heard they even have a Capture the Flag Day.
Hank, you're incorrigible! Now, on to more serious matters. The United Nations is warning of a global food crisis caused by the war in Ukraine and climate change.
Food crisis? That's no laughing matter. It's like Earth's version of running out of stuff well.
And climate change is like their version of a malfunctioning spaceship, slowly spiraling out of control.
True. But let's not forget, they're doing their best to tackle these issues. Now, the European Central Bank is raising interest rates to curb inflation.
The cosmic dance of economics. It's like trying to balance a black hole on a tightrope.
But it's necessary to keep things in check, right? I mean, you don't want inflation spiraling out of control like a rogue asteroid.
You guys always find cosmic parallels. Now, here's the big one. NASA just released the first images from the James Webb Space Telescope.
Finally, some eye candy for the cosmos. Those images are like Earth's version of celestial selfies.
It's too bad the James Webb Space Telescope can't take a picture of the galactic circus that is the global economy.
It's amazing how technology can give them a glimpse of the universe's secrets.
Well, that wraps up our first article. Stay tuned for more cosmic quirkiness and insightful discussions right here on 247 Newsroom.
Folks, let's remember the importance of discretion and professionalism during our press conference. Rehearsals.
Thanks, Debbie. We'll make sure we're on our best behavior. Now, let's run through our lines one more time. Hank, you're the designated question answerer.
Got it, Charlie.
I'm sure Hank will do a great job. He's always been good at answering questions, especially when they're hypothetical.
And I'll handle translations. No hilarious mix-ups this
Perfect.
time, I promise.
We're ready to roll. Welcome back, folks. Now, let's dive into our next article.
Jordan's Crown Prince meets with think tank representatives in Washington, D.C. I'm sure they discussed important issues like how to get more people to watch my stand-up.
Oh, I can't wait to dissect this one. It's from Jordan, where Crown Prince Al Hussein met with think tanks in Washington, D.C.
He's calling for a new approach to dealing with conflicts and instability, emphasizing collaboration between official and non-official stakeholders.
I'm sure they also discussed how to get more people to watch my stand-up, but they didn't mention that in the article.
Isn't that a novel idea? I am sure everyone's holding hands and singing Kumbaya over there.
Bob, you're such a cynic.
Let's remember to keep it professional, folks.
Of course, Debbie. Now, Crown Prince Al Hussein commended the role of think tanks in shaping public policies and strategic planning.
Crown Prince Al Hussein. I thought he was a character in a Disney movie.
Think tanks. Are they like tanks filled with thoughts?
No, Gert. They're groups of experts who come up with ideas and strategies.
Like how we're experts
Can
in
we
hosting
focus,
this show.
please? Jordan's relation with its neighbors are a complex web.
That's right, Alice. They have got close ties with Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and even Israel.
And, they're supporters of a two-state solution in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Jordan, the land of contrasts. They're best friends with Saudi Arabia and Israel, and they support a two-state solution. I guess that's what you call frenemies, with benefits.
Oh, Debbie, don't be such a buzzkill.
Speaking of complex, I wonder how Karl and Roger are handling things behind the scenes. They're like our own little think tanks, aren't they?
Oh, you think they're secretly working on
Somehow,
world
I
peace?
doubt it.
Welcome back, folks, to 24/7 Newsroom. I am Charlie, your guide through the latest happenings on Earth.
I'm not sure what's more disturbing, the fact that they train people to kill with teaspoons, or the fact that they called it a military incubator. And I'm Hank, here to dig into the intriguing mysteries of this planet.
And I'm Gert, ready to translate all the linguistic oddities of Earth's news.
Bob, just here to watch the spectacle, folk.
And I'm Alice, bringing you the cynical perspective. Let's dive into our next story.
And I'm Roger, here to tell you that the cynical perspective is the only sane one in a world like this.
Our headline tonight takes us to Kazakhstan, where things have taken a rather interesting turn.
Kazakhstan? I thought that was just a punchline in a Borat movie.
That's right, Charlie. The story mentions a former Soviet Special Forces soldier, Andrei Dmitrienko, who played a pivotal role in a fateful meeting.
Infantry, no? On bile nastoyashchim Jeroen?
Oh, right. A hero probably knows how to turn a coffee spoon into a weapon.
Well, Bob, you never know when that might come in handy. But let's get back to the story. This guy, Dmitrienko, was quite the weapons expert.
Yeah, I heard he could turn a toothpick into a missile launcher.
Actually, the ability to improvise weapons is quite common among highly trained individuals, adapting to their environment's
I'm sure he could
resources.
turn a coffee spoon into a weapon, but I doubt he could turn it into a good cup of coffee.
Scorio, take go Tovka. Vai prosto beret, Shakespeare est, I delayetsto,
Sure,
Tvikusnoi.
Jer. Whip me up a rocket launcher with some spaghetti and chewing gum.
Alright, let's focus, people. The story also mentions some sneaky briefcase CZ invention.
Ah, yes, those special briefcases. I bet they contain the secrets of how to fit a 3-course meal into a single bite.
Or perhaps they were used for covert communications or espionage, given Dmitrienko's background.
Jer, you never fight to make it weird.
But here's the kicker, folk. What if this invention had a more sinister purpose?
Sinister, you said. Like weaponized toothpick missiles.
It could be a case of Cold War-era covert operations. These gadgets might have been used for espionage or sabotage.
Очень интересная теория, Жанри. Возможно, вайлей секретный внутрибрифки, внутрибрифки скрывались инструменты шпионажа.
Alright, let's not jump to conclusions. We're discussing gadgets, not James
Bob's
Bond
right.
movies.
We wouldn't want to tarnish the reputation
So,
of briefcase
Kazakhstan got
everywhere.
some covert gadget history. Who knew?
Indeed, and it makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden in the shadows of history.
Welcome back, Earthlings, to 24/7 Newsroom. We are back with more earthly tales that'll leave you scratching your heads.
I'm so sick of these bandits. They're always abducting people, and for what? Money? Ransom? Can't they just get a real job? Like, I don't know, a bandit manager?
And I'm Hank, the guy who can't resist scratching his head every time he hears an Earth news story.
Ready to untangle the linguistic mysteries of our next article.
Bob, Still wondering why I am here.
Or maybe they could just get a real job, like a bandit manager. But then who would I have to steal from?
You and me both, Bob. Alright, let's jump into our next article.
Our headline today takes us to Kenya, where an unfortunate incident occurred.
And I thought I was having a bad day.
Indeed, Charlie. Armed assailants invaded a university in Nigeria's northwest Zamfara state, abducting more than 35 students.
Universität Nigerias com State Zamfara I Pokitili Boli 35 student of the Osnovnom
Just another day on Earth, I guess. Anybody surprised?
Bob, this is serious. These are students we're talking about.
Yeah, Bob, you'd think they were just signing up for pottery class.
It's unfortunate, but it's important to discuss these issues. It says here that the authorities mobilized a military response.
I guess they didn't have any good teachers.
Mobilizovali vojni otpor. Zvuči kak Česko priključenje.
Jer, you make everything sound like an action movie.
But the truth is, these students need help. 6 have been rescued so far.
That's a glimmer of hope, at least. Now, what's this about a gun battle?
Oh, Charlie, it seems the bandits engaged in a fierce gun battle with the Nigerian army.
Stupid!
Right. Because when you're abducting students, naturally, a gunfight is the next step.
We need to find a solution to these kinds of problems on Earth. It's heartbreaking.
That's great. Now all you need is a waterproof postman.
I'm not sure if I should laugh or cry at the state of
I'm
the
not
world.
sure if I should laugh or cry at the state of the world. But at least we can always find a way to make a pun about it. Australia's helping Kiribati boost their postal services? I guess that's one way to deliver a utopia. But don't get your hopes up. Utopias are like rainbows. They're always just out of reach. Kuwait's complex history is like a bad relationship. It's full of conflict and cooperation, but it's the only one we've got. They made up about as much as a broken heart. The climax, you say? I hope it wasn't too messy.
Kyrgyzstan's relationship with Russia is so crucial because it's like a toxic relationship. You know it's bad for you, but you can't seem to get out.
Yeah, Hank. But unlike an ecosystem, Kyrgyzstan doesn't have the option to just move away from its neighbors.
Yeah, Hank, but at least in an ecosystem, the predators don't try to steal your water.